have that stupid Obamacare. I'm covered by the Affordable Care Act.
The Affordable Care Act is Obamacare, genius.
I just had a patient say to me, thank God Trump was elected and we can get rid of this stupid Obamacare and go back to the ACA. Oh, I love being in my reputation era while they're in there fuck around and find out.
And which plan do you support, Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act?
The Affordable Care Act.
And what is it about Obamacare that you do not like?
I just think that there's a lot of holes in it and it needs to be revamped.
What do you agree with, Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act?
I'm more sort of towards the Affordable Care Act.
So the Affordable Health Care Act is still a better option than
Yes.
Obamacare?
Yes.
So the Affordable Care Act is more affordable than Obamacare?
Just the name says it all.
Do you agree with the Affordable Care Act or Obamacare?
The affordable.
And why do you prefer the Affordable Care Act over Obamacare?
I just don't agree with the whole Obamacare policy thing that's going on. I just don't agree with it.
Do you support Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act?
I guess the Affordable Care Act.
And why do you prefer the Affordable Care Act over Obamacare?
I'm not really sure. My girlfriend supports Trump, so I go with whatever she says.
So you disagree with Obamacare?
Yes, I do.
Do you think insurance companies should be able to exclude people with pre-existing conditions?
No.
Do you agree that young people should be able to stay on their parents' plans until they are 26?
They should be able to, yes.
Do you agree that companies with 50 or more employees should provide health care?
I do.
And so by that logic, you would be for the Affordable Care Act?
Yes.
What plan do you support, Obamacare or the Affordable Care Act?
The Affordable Care Act.
And why do you support that over Obamacare?
Do not like Obamacare. I don't like anything that has to be forced for everybody to buy. This is not good.
Do you think Obamacare is socialist?
Yes, I do.
Do you think the Affordable Care Act is socialist?
No.
A poll that was taken by NBC News shows a clear message: a majority of Trump supporters back extending Obamacare subsidies. Most of President Donald Trump supporters back keeping enhanced subsidies for the Affordable Care Act, which is Obamacare. The central obstacle in the ending government shutdown, according to the new poll from the Nonpartisan Health Policy Research Group. It was conducted on September 23rd through the September 29th, just days before Congress failed to pass a funding measure to keep the government open. More than 22 million people receive subsidies, which are set to expire at the end of the year unless Congress extends them. Losing the subsidies could mean the average out-of-pocket premium payment could double in 2026 from $888 a year to $1,904. You fucks make my buttocks itch so bad.
I cannot believe in the year of our Lord 2025 in the United States of America, there are people who live in this country who do not know that Obamacare was a slur by the Republicans for the ACA. I can't believe it. You know, the world used to think that Americans were intelligent and smart. But because of this TikTok, the world now realizes that Americans are easily manipulated, lied to, and they just absorb it into their brain.
MAGA Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene says Democrats are right about demanding subsidies for the ACA, the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare be extended. Let me show you her clip.
And to allow Democrats to have some sort of moral high ground on this issue because they're the only ones talking about it, I think is a major failure from the Republican Party. And I'm not going to stand there and just keep talking the talking points when my own adult children can hardly afford health insurance premiums, when everyone in my district, it's the #1 issue that I hear about day in and day out, not just people on the ACA, but people that have private insurance as well. And I think it's something that we have to talk about.
Undocumented immigrants in the United States cannot receive health insurance from Obamacare, from Medicaid, from Medicare. They are barred from doing so, okay? And the Republicans, all of the maggots, are saying that Democrats didn't want to vote on the spending bill that would have kept the government open because they're dying on the hill of giving health care to illegals. No, the reason the government is shutting down is because the Democrats refused to join a vote on the spending bill that would keep the government open. or would reopen it at this point. Why? Because MAGA wants to gut healthcare in this country for millions of people, even more than they already have.
Hi guys, my name is Esther Daniel and you're welcome back to the channel. Now, I don't even know whether to laugh or cry at this point. How do you hate policy but love the same thing with different name? That's not policy anymore. That's pure brain fog. The funniest part is most of these folks were ready to fight tooth and nail against Obamacare. But the second you called it the Affordable Care Act, they are like, oh yeah, it sounds nicer. Like, what are you doing? And the craziest part, the Affordable Care Act was designed to help them. It's giving, I don't like Obama, but I like affordable health care. So basically, you are saying you hate man who gave you the thing you love. That's wide. It's the same thing every time. Some people don't even read what they are mad about. They just repeat whatever their favorite politicians says and then walk around proudly being wrong in the public. Anyway, let's get into it. Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out.
Hold up. Y'all actually didn't know Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act are one and the same? Y'all made up the name. Y'all made it up. Y'all started calling it Obamacare. It had a name first. The name has always been the Affordable Care Act. Then y'all named it Obamacare. Did you forget? See, this is how I know y'all just hating indiscriminately. Y'all don't even know what y'all be hating. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he was black. That's what y'all do like. Why y'all ain't just look it up? Why you ain't just look it up? I guess so.
Okay, guys, we got to take it easy on MAGA. I mean, yes, sure, they falsely believe that Democrats want to give health benefits to the undocumented migrants, even though it has always been a federal law that states that undocumented migrants do not get access to the ACA. But speaking of the ACA, guys, you got to remember who we're talking to. We're talking to people who have willful ignorance. They won't research anything. I mean, don't forget, these are literally the same group of people who thought that Obamacare and the ACA were two completely different programs. Okay, so you got to understand the intelligence level that they have and what you're trying to compete with. I mean, nobody can stoop down to a level that damn low when you just oh, it's comical at times, but also sad at times because, like, they truly do not know how to think for themselves. I mean, whatever Mike Johnson says, because they're just not intelligent. I mean, that is the reason why Trump loves them so much and Trump hates us. Remember what he said, smart people don't like me. And notice how all the people that like Trump are not the smart ones.
All of these Trump voters admitting that they didn't realize that Obamacare was the Affordable Care Act when they vehemently hated Obamacare is one of the most openly racist things I've ever seen in my life. Like, I don't understand how they don't have the critical thinking and the thought process to just know not to say that out loud because of just how simply racist it is that they were so against Obamacare just because they associated it with Obama, which was the point. That's why Republicans coined Obamacare, so that racist people would hate it without understanding what it was. And that's exactly what they're admitting happened by saying they hated Obamacare and they thought Trump was going to get rid of Obamacare, but they have the Affordable Care Act and they didn't realize they were the same thing. I wish I don't wish that they would keep it in, but it's insane to me that they don't have like the maybe 2 or 3 step thought process that tells them don't share that out loud because you are self-exposing that you are super racist.
Obamacare was not a disaster, and I really wish y'all would stop spreading that lie. And it's got to be because either A, you're too young to remember what the financial market and environment looked like back in like 2006, 2008, or you got a very short memory. I entered the workforce back in 2006, the same year I entered college, and the minimum wage was $5.15 an hour. Maybe 1 or 2 years after that, it was $6.55 an hour. At $5.15 an hour, $6.55 an hour, you were not getting insurance through the company. I remember that vividly. That premium was going to at least eat up 1 week of your check, and you only making $200 a week anyway. And you for damn sure wasn't going to get it privately because the premiums are even higher. This is why people back in the day told y'all, get a job with the post office, get a job with the city, get a job with the state, work for the government. Why? Because you may not get rich working for the government, but them benefits are going to make sure you're taken care of. But if you want to know the value of the ACA, you can just look at the benefits they celebrate. Do you know how many people were denied coverage due to pre-existing conditions? Do you understand how many people had the prices of their insurance jacked up just because they got sick? Y'all are harder on this legislation than y'all are on the companies that cause need for legislation. High premiums existed long before the Affordable Care Act. High deductibles existed long before the Affordable Care Act. Medical debt definitely existed long before the Affordable Care Act. In fact, medical debt has always been one of the leading causes of bankruptcy in the United States. The Affordable Care Act was originally meant to be a step toward universal health care. The problem is nobody else has taken another step to actually accomplish the goal of universal health care for citizens of the United States. Y'all got to start doing some research on your own instead of regurgitating these talking points that are completely.
I recently made a video about the whole Affordable Cares Act and how it ruined healthcare for America. I gave a lot of details, factual information about what's going on and why the government is shut down. Mainly because these insurance companies and the stronghold that they have against the U.S. economy. Because if you don't have insurance, you're going to be penalized. If you do want to get insurance, you're going to have to pay an arm and a leg. And I also said Barack Obama is receiving royalties or making money off of the Affordable Cares Act, also known as Obamacare. And all of the Democrats were coming onto my page talking about President Obama's not getting a royalty. He's not making any type of money from the Affordable Cares Act or even the insurance companies. And I was like, you know what? Let me go back and do some more research so I could update my information and give the correct information. I'm looking at it on the computer, but I'm going to put it on the screen so you guys can see. Former President Joe Biden with $8.2 million he received from insurance companies. Mitt Romney, a Republican, $7.7 million. Kamala Harris, $6.7 million. Hillary, $5.5 million. And our favorite one, Mr. Obamacare himself, $5.5 million. And now we're back to Mitch McConnell. He's a Republican, but he's really a Democrat. He's just there for the Democrats to have more votes. He doesn't fall to any Republican politics. Chuck Schumer, another Democrat, $2.9 million. As you can see, we have all these politicians from Democrats and Republicans that are making millions of dollars, making things a lot more expensive. And come around tax season, if you do not have insurance, you're gonna be penalized. But these goofballs in total made over $50 million from these insurance companies. But these are the same people that keep coming on the internet and saying President Trump is doing this, Elon Musk is stealing money from you, and just a lot of crazy ass shit. I'm surprised people are not on here looking up this information because it's literally here for, and it's a .org site. These people love to say President Trump loves the misinformed people, but whenever something doesn't make sense, I look up information. I repeat the information. You got Democrats coming on here talking about, I don't know what I'm talking about.
At this point, I'm convinced half of America is just allergic to facts. Obamacare is the Affordable Care Act. If you hate one and love the other, this is why I keep saying it's not that people don't have access to information, they just don't use it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think. Is this just a confusion or willful ignorance? Because I can't tell anymore. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to help the channel out. See you in the next one. Bye.